Baby, you are the one.
Hey guys, it's G to the I to ZL and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my first ever book haul video of 2023 and first ever book haul video of like the whole time I've been on YouTube, which is like kind of crazy because I'm so excited to start getting into books with y'all, book hauls, book reviews, all that jazz. If you guys are new to my channel, hi, I'm Gizele, and make sure you guys please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and make sure to hit the bell for post notifications to get notified every time I post on Wednesdays. And if you guys would like to follow my other social media platforms, they will be linked in the description down below. Without further ado, let's get started. I got most of these books from Christmas in my 2022 Christmas haul. If you guys want to see the rest of my gifts, make sure you guys please watch that video. The first book that I'm going to introduce to you guys is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkin. This book is an international bestseller. So this book tells a story about Anna is happy in Atlanta. She has a loyal best friend and a crush on her co-worker at a movie theater who is just starting to return her affection. So she is less than thrilled when her father decides to send her to a boarding school in Paris for her senior year. But despite not speaking a word of French, Anna meets some cool new people, including the handsome, oh my god, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I literally looked it up, but I feel like I'm still gonna butcher it. Let's just call him St. Clair, including the handsome St. Clair, who quickly becomes her best friend. Unfortunately, he's taken. Anna might be too. Will a year of romantic near misses end with the French kiss she's been waiting for? So I'm not spoiling this book. So I'm actually rate my rating on this book in another video, but technically I already finished it in a week. Literally the first week I got it. So this is Anna and the French Kiss. Anna and the French Kiss is a novel, young adult fiction, and a romance novel. If you guys are also very interested in reading Anna and the French Kiss, you guys should. Next book that I'm currently reading is actually influenced by the look today. I was like, dang, maybe I should put on nice earrings, hair up, and all that. The book that I'm currently reading is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins. So far, it's been really good, and sometimes I forget that it's a book and not a Netflix show. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is about reclusive Hollywood icon Evelyn Hugo is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But when she chooses an unknown magazine reporter, Monique Grant, to write her story, no one is more astonished than Monique herself. Determined to use the opportunity to jumpstart her career, Monique listens to the fascination. From making her way to Los Angeles in 1950s to leaving her businesses in 80s, and of course the 7 husbands along the way. Evelyn unspools a tale of ruthless ambition, unexpected friendships, and great forbidden love. But Evelyn's story nears a conclusion. It becomes more clear that her life is intersect with Monique's own tragic and irreversible ways. Okay, that's what the back cover says, and the genres of Evelyn Hugo and the 7 Husbands are romantic novel, historical fiction, philosophical fiction, and domestic fiction. So if any of those like categories that interest you, you guys should read this book. The next book that I've been waiting for, because if you guys haven't seen the video that I did 2022, all the books I read, I told you guys that I read The Start of Me and You by Emery Lord, and I was waiting for the second book in the series. A lot of people have mixed feelings about it, but I don't care. I want to like kind of read it for myself to kind of conclude to a conclusion, because everybody has different tastes. But the book that I got, which is the second book in the series and the last book in the series, is The Map from Here to There by Emery Lord. I got a hardcover case and it was literally $8.99, and it was so good because look at the color of this book. I've never seen a color like in this. It's so beautiful. But I literally have been waiting to read this book because I love the first book, and I'm hoping that we kind of get like a good like ending to Paige's story, her figuring out what she needs to do for her senior year. The book is about What happens after happily ever after? It's senior year and Paige Hancock is finally living her best life. She is having a fun summer job, great friends, and super charming boyfriend who truly gets her. But senior year also means big decisions. Weighing the rest of her life, Paige feels anxiety pervading each decision she makes. Everything is exactly how she always wanted it to be. How can she leave it all behind next year? In her head, she shows that there is so much more experience after high school, but in her heart, it is really that terrible to want things to stay the same forever. This is kind of like Paige deciding whether she wants to keep stuff the same or she wants to venture out. The genre of this book is young adult fiction. So next book that I was actually interested in reading because I saw a few like YouTubers discuss this book, and it's The Midnight Library. Matt Haig, an international bestseller. Low-key #1 New York Times bestseller. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So Midnight Library. Midnight Library is about between life and death, there is a library. Up until now, Nora Seed's life has been full of misery and regret. She feels that she has let everyone down, including herself. But things are about to change. When she finds herself in a midnight library, she has had a chance to make everything right. The book is Midnight Library enables Nora to live as if she had done things differently. Each one contains a different life as possible, the world in which she made different choices that played out in an infinite number of ways, affecting everyone she knew as well as many people she never met. With the help of an old friend, she can now undo every decision she regrets, and she tries to work out her perfect life. But things aren't always what they imagine they'd be, and soon her choices place the library and herself in extreme danger. Before time runs out, she must answer an ultimate question. What is the best way to live? So this got me thinking because it's literally a library and it's about your life, and it extends all the way up from God knows what, and it's every decision you have made in your life. And if you did this decision, there's another like door or like book that shows you if you went the other way, that's how it would have played out instead. So that got me thinking because I was like, dang, like that's really interesting. I thought about so many ways that I could just like not necessarily like change my life, but if I made that decision, what would have happened, you know? So this got me thinking, and I was like, dang, might as well get the book because I really want to see what this book got the hype for. The genre of Midnight Library is science fiction, fantasy fiction, and philosophical fiction. So if any of those genres fascinate you or you're really into those genres, maybe you should give Midnight Library a chance, because I will. Second to last book that I got, which I didn't really have my eye on, to be honest, when I went to Barnes & Noble, and I'm pretty sure it's in Vlogmas 26 vlog, so if you guys haven't watched that one, please make sure you guys watch that one. But we went to Barnes & Noble, and I was looking at books, and I actually had 2 other books that were on my TBR, and if you guys want to see my TBR, here it is. I have my TBR on Notion. So that's where I have like it separated in genres, and the ones I highlight in yellow are the ones that I really want to read right away when I have money, so that way I could just get those books, the ones that I was actually excited for. The other ones I'm excited for as well, but I can't wait for the ones in yellow. But this one, when I went to Barnes & Noble, and this not might be for everybody else in their other Barnes & Nobles or local Barnes & Nobles, but in my local Barnes & Nobles in the city I live in, they have a band section. So my dad actually showed me the band section, and he was like, whoa, like those are the books I read, but they banned it from schools. So the next book that I got was The Catcher in the Rye, a novel by J.D. Salinger. This book, actually, my dad read it and he recommended it to me. The Catcher in the Rye, a novel by J.D. Salinger, published in 1951. The novel details 2 days in a life. The novel details 2 days in a life of 16-year-old Holden after he's been expelled of prep school. Confused and delusioned, Holden searches for the truth and a rail against the phoniness of an adult world. So basically, he's 1 year younger than me, and he got expelled for some reason, but he's basically trying to prove adults wrong, that because of their decisions, they are not necessarily right all the time when people, like especially adults in school or like sometimes your parents. I really want to see what this, like I want to see what Holden does in order to prove the phoniness of an adult world, that adults don't have a really good saying in what you do. So I'm really excited to read this book. The genres of The Catcher in the Rye are literary realism, first person narrative, young adult, coming of age story, novel. If you're interested in those genres, I recommend like giving this book a chance. Last book that I got that actually got me really excited, and I might actually read this first before The Catcher in the Rye. Rock Paper Scissors by Alice Feeney. This book was so hyped up on TikTok and on YouTube Book Talk. It was so hyped up on both social media platforms. I was like, whoa, like what is this about? Things have been wrong in Mr. and Mrs. Wright's for a long time. Every anniversary, the couple exchange traditional gifts, and Adam's wife writes him a letter. She never lets him read it until now. Self-confessed workaholic Adam Wright has faced blindness. He cannot even recognize his own wife, and Amelia is sick of feeling unseen. When Adam and Amelia win a weekend away to Scotland, it might be just what their marriage needs. This weekend may make or break their marriage, but they did not randomly win this trip. One of them is lying, and someone doesn't want them to live a happily ever after. This is kind of scary, so that's why I was like, whoa. Like, even if a book is hyped up on both social media platforms that I'm constantly on, I don't think I would pick a book like that if I wasn't interested in reading it myself based on the book cover. So the genres of Rock Paper Scissors are thriller, mystery, suspense. I have my Invisalign on, so if you're like a wisp, it's because I have that on. Suspense, philosophical thriller, philosophical fiction, domestic fiction. So any of those genres that you're interested in, especially like thriller and mystery and suspense, you should give this book a try as well. So these are the 6 books that I got for Christmas. So thank you guys so much, my parents, and then also other family members that gave me money so that way I could buy more books for my book addiction. Also, I forgot to mention that I got this cute bag that matched the gift card that I got, and I love the gift card so much, but the person that I gave it to, like, you know how they scan and they keep the gift cards? Yeah, I wanted it back, but I couldn't get it back, so I got the bag that matched the gift card. I love it! If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys please subscribe and also give it a thumbs up, and make sure to hit the bell for post notifications to get notified every time I post on Wednesdays. And if you guys want to follow my other social media platforms, they will be linked in the description down below. And thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, and bye.
Baby, you are the one.